Okay, so yeah, we have a lot to cover. So I think we get straight into it. Ah, Sangye Jodang Sangye Sanam La Chancho Bado Dane Yapson Chen Dage Senso Yepe Sonam Dola Benje Sangye Doba Jo Sangye Jodang Sangye Sanam La Chancho Bado Dane Yapson Dage Senso Yepe Sonam Je Dola Benje Sangye Doba Jo Sangye Jodang Sangye Sanam La Chancho Bado Dane Dage Senso Yepe Sonam Je Dola Benje Sangye Doba Okay. So yeah, Chive Pardo. I think last time I took all my time trying to go through the Chive Pardo, but still not finished. So um, yeah, so like that, I think we sort of get a clear idea on certain things within the Chive Pardo. Yeah, because the nature of the mind, how the nature of the mind reveals without fabrication, then because what is a dualistic references point to collapsing of that, and then we talked about how do we say the temporary karmic pause in regards to the death, then because recognition of death ends with with the entire circle, yeah, so recognition during the life pardo, then liberation after training, recognition of the dream. So yeah, things like that, I think. Then cause and condition in regards to what we say compilation of karmas, then interruption of life force. Then I think what do we say using up our merit or lifespan sort of thing. Then approach. That's how the approaching happened. Then I think we talked about the what is external signs of death. Then there's also internal signs of the death that we talked about. Mm. Then within that, I think also dissolution of the what we say of the five elements. Yeah, so dissolution of the five elements, what they represent. Then within the dissolution of the five elements, then what we say dissolution also of the consciousnesses. Yeah, what we say eightfold. We call it eightfold or dissolution, consciousness dissolution. I think we went through that as well. Also. Uh, or maybe we didn't go that through. I don't know. I don't remember. But then anyway, through that, then the three inner appearances. Yeah, I think we went through the three inner appearances. Yeah, correct me if I'm a little bit. So I think these are the things that we went through. So today, mainly. I think we talk about the dawn of the clear light. Yeah, that one. The first is dawn of the clear light, then the final two bardos we try to finish today. So like that. So when it comes to the what we say, Lenjikebe we say, yeah, there's different kinds of we say it's light, yeah, different kinds of light. And Nyuma Lenjikebe we say in the tantric and the Dzogchen practice, when you call Nyuma Lenjikebe we say, then that one I think is the pardo of the pardo or Dhamma the pardo itself. Then Chive we say, is the clear light state of the death, yeah, itself during the death state. Yeah, so Chive is that one. So don't mistake this different, a little bit different. So within the what do we say clear light of death, then there's the nature of the of that specific clear light. Then the nature when it comes to the mind, then what do we say the uh, subtle level of the mind is where the chiwe say is arising. Yeah, so it's not the cognitive mind, it's not the awareness mind, it's not the mind that is feeling all of this. It's the subtle mind that is what we say together with the chiwe we say. Then because it's the subtle mind, then the subtle mind is very close to the nature of the mind itself. Yeah, Seshi Rigpa, Silbu clear and Rigpa awareness, so clear and awareness. Yeah, so very, very close to that. So because very close to that, I think, I'm not exactly sure, some practitioner, they say exactly the same. Yeah, 치유의 요새, 클렌징 요새, and then the mind itself, the shiva shiva lo. Yeah, so that they say is the same thing, but then within the text then describe a little different. So this one maybe only can tell through what is it, through practice. So yeah, so anyway, just to keep in mind that when it comes to nature, then because it's very either it is or either it's very close, so therefore the concept of non-duality, yeah, non-duality is there. Then also because it's only specifically pinpointed down to clear and awareness, therefore the nature of integration with our worldly perception is also not there. So this is also explained as empty. Yeah. So nature of empty, or the nature of emptiness within it. So that is there. Then of course, because it's also there, then luminous awareness. So within the nature, these, I think, these three categories of the nature of the clear light, chiwe we say. Yeah, so that is there. Then uh, um, same as, I think when it comes to practice, then same as meditative clear light, then dream clear light, then bardo clear light. This one, I think, all same. Yeah. So chiwe we say same as the meditative we say kharsa gombe we say. Yeah, gombe we say. Then niki we say. Then what we say within the bardo, then utilizing of the clear light state, we say that one, I think. Is not, I think, a little bit different from Jigibe we say, but same within these three categories, then it's the same one. So that one we talk next, yeah, Pardo, Dhammadada Pardo, or Pardo, yeah. So that one, within that, the Pardo clear light, yeah, Pardo we say. So that one is we will talk about. So that is that. Then what do we say? Within the text is explained. I don't know, some places maybe, I think within some areas, then autumn, yeah, clear sky in autumn, they say. Yeah, maybe other places not clear sky in autumn, I don't know. But anyway, uh, the what do we say, the textual description of the OC itself is they say clear the sky, like well, not clear, like a clear sky. Yeah, so generally quite similar to how we explain the mind, because when we're talking about the mind, also we say the mind is like clear, like the sky, extremely vast and clear, but we have momentary clouds coming and what do we say, interrupting. Yeah, so delusion, anger, hatred, destructive emotion. This is momentary. What we say, momentary obscuration sort of thing. But in nature, yeah, when you talk about the nature itself, the mind, then clear and knowing. So vast, clear and knowing. So limit potential. I think within the aspect of understanding the mind, the potential of the mind is very clear when it comes to the examples that is explained. So that is there. So. That one, then I think because the example of the what do we say, the momentary what do we say, obscuration, then that one in its own nature is not obscurated. Yeah, in its own nature, it's a what is a Toa meba is like a free from conceptual what do we say, conceptual obscuration. Yeah, so that is there. Then if one recognizes the clear light, what we say, if you are able to pinpoint down the clear light, yeah, we say, right, if you are walking on the road, then on the road you find something shiny, and then you ignore it, then you can never discover it. Yeah, something small shiny on the side of the road, then if you ignore it, then you can never discover it. But then if you utilize your awareness to look and to search and to find, then maybe sometime you can find gold, sometime you find diamond, sometime you find Noburimuche. Yeah, Noburimuche is a precious precious gem. So anyway, so similar to that, yeah, very similar to that. If you are able to recognize the clear light, then with utilizing, then because the clear light, it has so much potential, then full utilization can happen. Mm. So therefore, because full utilization can happen, therefore immediate result. That one, I think in the Buddhist context, philosophical Buddhist context, then to achieve enlightenment, we need to purify 3 eons. Yeah, kaje thangme sum. Yeah, sum is 3. Then kaje thangme is eons, 3 eons. We purify 3 eons. Yeah, we need to what we say accumulate merit, 3 eons of merit. So this is there. So when we talk about from that perspective, then maybe I don't know how to utilize the concept of immediateness. But again, I think the immediateness also comes because in order to what we say to grasp that clear light, also necessary to have gone through a lot of merit and a lot of accumulations. So maybe I think this somehow they put these two together, so then it becomes immediate. Yeah. So I normally like to reference Milarepa story. Yeah. Milarepa story, one from one perspective, not so amazing because Milarepa had many past lives that he worked very hard. Yeah. But then the amazing part is because in one lifetime, even though he killed many people in one lifetime, then he achieved enlightenment in one lifetime as well. But that doesn't mean that the the past, the previous lifetimes of accumulation did not is of no what is it no matter. This make huge difference as well. Yeah, so because of the combination of these two, then becomes a very amazing practice. So I think it's the same thing. To be able to recognize the state of the clear light itself is also very not easy. Takes a lot of merit, takes a lot of takes a lot of accumulation. But then uh, if you are able to what we say tag into it, then it also proves that you have created a lot of merit and have created a lot of accumulations as well. So again, like I said, this is very flexible within the sutric and the tantric aspect of learning when it comes to being able to recognize. So it's not one or the other. Yeah. So even though it's explained immediate, then that immediateness is also dependent, yeah, concept of dependent origination. So it's also dependent on the previous accumulations as well. So that is there. So not to say, oh, no, it's impossible because I need to create 3 eons of what we say merit in order to achieve enlightenment. So therefore, it's very far. Normally, we tend to say this, enlightenment, I cannot compare, very far. Some may be trying to some maybe this approach is out of humility. Humility, yeah, humility is the word. Humble, yeah, humility, humility, yeah. So maybe some is out of that, and maybe some is what do we say, loss of hope. So if it's out of humility, then it's a practice, good. But if it's out of loss of hope, then you need to reconsider because like I said, there's many lifetimes we have already experienced, which countless lifetimes which we have already experienced in the past. So that experience and those accumulations and those merits, those also count. So if you're able to tap into it, this does not mean just because we have to accumulate 3 eons of merit, therefore this is impossible. So the possible very clearly there, because like I said, we need to put in the factor of the previous accumulations as well. So that is there. So the concept is, if you are able to tap into it, then yes, immediate result. Yeah, liberation. uh, they call it liberation at death. Yeah. Chitar. Chive tar. Chive tarpa means death. Chiva is death, and tarpa is liberation. So liberation at the time of death itself. Then if that time, like we went through the last class, if that time, then first you're losing your emotion, then your senses. I'm not emotion, your senses. Then the different with the elements comes the different senses, losing the different senses. So in when this happened, then generally it's regret, it's fear, it's questioning, how come why I didn't use my life more meaningfully, that this, then the mind is totally occupied. So when it's occupied, then recognition, like I said, if you see something shiny there, the shiny is there, the gold is there, the diamond ring is there on the side of the road. You can pick it up, but then because you're so involved with what is around and who you are with and that and this, then so that tends to happen in most cases. So anyway, within the practice itself, that the liberation, if you're able to tag into it, then the liberation itself, immediate liberation at that state itself, right? So that is, I think, uh, uh, very closely to recognition, the inner Dharmakaya. Yeah, Dharmakaya we say, yeah, inner Dharmakaya, I think, yeah. So yeah, so inner Dharmakaya, able to tag into the inner Dharmakaya. So exactly the same method within the Dzogchen practice also mentioned. Yeah, connecting with the inner Dharmakaya through awareness. Yeah, not just connecting, but connecting through awareness. Yeah, connecting through the clear light, uh, uh, the state of clear and aware. So yeah, recognition is something like that, I think. So this one, when we normally, I think we can experience this in our normal life. When we are normally, our mind is clear, yeah, our mind is aware and it's not distracted, then we are able to focus. Then when we are able to focus, then the result is immediate in that sense. So even with the inner Dhammakaya, I think same thing, yeah. So therefore, very, very important in the practice. So within that, then the practice, the ones who are able to recognize this within the scripture, the ones who are able to recognize this is, I think, mentioned that Mahamudra practice. Yeah, if you are a Mahamudra practitioner, then if you are a Dzogchen practitioner, and then if you have completed the stages of the tantric practices, yeah, then those are the three main ones. Then within the sutric practice, then those who have what do you say, achieved shine and lagdong, yeah, yeah. So shine, what we call shamatha, or they call it karma abiding through the karma abiding and vipassana practice. Yeah, the union sungdil. Yeah, so Sungdel is union. So the union practice of the Shamatha and Vipassana. So those generally those four are the ones who are able to recognize the clear light. Yeah. Then within that, then I think even if you are able to see, then there's a lot of emotions that can come up, especially in regards to our worldly emotion. Yeah. One is what we call uh, chakpa, is like grasping. Yeah. So one is the grasping aspect of emotion that comes up. Then the second one is fear. Yeah. uh, then I think or we say, so generally these two, yeah, the grasping and fear. Yeah, so grasping and fear, so mainly these two. Then based on these two, once you're able to recognize the clear light, then you see whether, because the mind, we say you need the right mind in order to approach. Without the right mind while you are approaching, then even if you are able to approach, then the moment you touch, then disappear. Because like I said, dipa means like obscuration come. Yeah, so it's similar to, I don't know, example. If I give you example, then is like um, uh, what is maybe like a fish. Yeah, fish in the water. If you're going to catch the fish in the water, then you go slowly, yeah, calmly, then you're able to catch. But you go slowly, then you get excited, then you go like this, and the fish run away. So something like that disappear. Yeah. So I think similar to that concept. Yeah. So recognizing with what we call the natural state of rest. Yeah. So Shine Abdul Bilham Thomas so anyway, Shine and Lhat Samatha and Vipassana practice combination of these two. Then what happens is you are at the state of naturally rested state, we call it. Yeah, through the awareness of developing a single pointed concentration, then the mind's nature itself becomes the nature of restedness, and that restedness only gives clear awareness. Yeah, that restedness produces the clear awareness. So recognizing happens, then also effort does not happen, because in the concept of effort is we are putting something into it. That's what effort is. Yeah, I say you put effort is something putting into it, whether it be pushing yourself, whether it be wanting, whether it be grasping, whether it be pulling, whatever it may be, there has to have some kind of putting into. Yeah, so that one also disappears. Yeah, so this is why because that disappear, so then I think the concept of within the six paramita, the concept of joyful effort. Yeah. So a joyful effort is going joyfully. There's no push, there's no pull, there's no need, there's no greed, nothing like that. Yeah. So similar to, I think, a joyful effort. Yeah. Generally in the text. Yeah. Um. Mm, Karsa, they only mention not effort, without effort. Yeah. So that one is there. So through that, then seeking the what we say, seeking the doorway. Yeah, so that is there. Then if the clear light, now in the case that the clear light not recognized, yeah, then what happens is the consciousness then starts to move onwards, forward. Yeah, so if the clear light at that state where the clear light is there, if that not recognized, then the continuity happens. Yeah, the karmic, whether it be the karmic continuity that is created in the past, or whether whatever it may be. So then consciousness moves forward, onwards, and then also the karmic, what we say, the karmic compounded karmic imprint then starts to lay down. Yeah, the bardo state. Yeah, bardo state karmic imprint starts to lay down. So what we say, the karmic in the text is mentioned legi lung. Lung is wind. So the what we say, karmic wind re-arises. Yeah, so that one. Then I think transition towards the what we say, or the madada bardo, the bardo itself. Then or what we call becoming. So that one start to arise. So you're moving. So now this pardo, if the clear light not recognized, then the chive pardo then finish. Then the pardo starts to arise. So you're going into the second, what do we say, uh, transition, a transitional state. Yeah. So the second transitional state of the death. Then so I think Sirdo. Then I think, yeah, so that quite clear, right? So out of that, what we can understand is we can understand that our ability to capture the state of clear light at the time of death, that is one of the first opportunities before you enter one of the first and the only opportunities before you enter the Dhammadada Bhado. Yeah, so before you enter that, there's one opportunity to what we say, to what we say, recognize the state of the clear light, and this recognition of the state of the clear light only happen through practice. And this is why what do we say, the bhardos before that, yeah, the bhardo of the living, yeah, the bhardo dream state, these ones, the importance of the practice in those ones, now you start to see the chiwe parto. And within the Tende Alajungi, the 12 links of dependent origination, then Siba Lemba Sakpa becoming, what is it? Becoming, I don't know the English translate the terminology, but anyway, the final three in the state of living. Yeah, so the final three aspects of the Tende of the dependent origination. This is where you can tweak things a lot. Yeah, most capability to tweak things a lot, because the mind is in a state where if it's rested, then it's fully rested. If it's not rested, then it's full of destructive emotions. Yeah, this is like the what do we say, like the final sort of like the final exam. Yeah, final exam, when you go, there's a lot of agitation, fear. Yeah, will I do well? What will my results be? So on and so forth, like that. Then but then if you are well studied throughout the year, if you study well, then you have nothing to fear. You're going, yeah, very confidently. You go in, you sit down, you write. So I think similar experience to that is like the final sort of like final exam experience. um, so anyway, something like that. So this is why the practice within the other parts become important. Yeah. So uh, what do we say, yeah, then the roles of the living, yeah, the roles of the living at the time of death, what do we say, external conduct, yeah, within when this whole process happens, yeah, this process of the death happens, then even in recognizing the conditioning also depend a lot on external conditions also. Yeah, if the externally, let's say you are in your state of the what do we say, dissolving state, then you know you're going into that state, and your mind is clear and your mind is knowing. Then you have people crying and shouting and music playing outside like this. Then that becomes the obstacle in what do we say, in the recognition of the clear light, because the clear light, in order to recognize, now I think this depends a lot on practitioners. Yeah, practitioners from what do we say, mahamudra practice and completion of the tantric stage, yeah, or the completion of this what do we say, tenfold tantric stages, if they are able to actually, you know, sort of like shut everything out. But then if you are yeah, just within the stage of the practice of recognition through the accumulation of single pointed concentration with the union of what we say dzogchen, no, no, shamatha and vipassana, then you need very good conditioning. And one of the main conditioning is that the place, the process is happening very, very what is it, is quiet, comfortable. Yeah, what do we say, dharma, this in the text is a dharma reacted place. So dharma reacted place means where people behave with morality. Yeah, ethical behavior is there. Then silence, then you know, things like that. Then also maybe words of encouragement when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the process. So that becomes external condition important, one of the important external condition. Then the second one, like I said earlier, is training in during life. Then training during life so that you are able to recognize at death. Yeah, this one. Then what I call practice, always I always say practice is habituation. Yeah, then habituation, so practice is consistency in habituation, then that habituation creates what do we say, ability, or creates functionality, right? So similar to that, then what we say, generally our means of practice when it comes to recognition also very, very strongly supported by our practice itself. So that is also one side of the importance. Yeah. So in like I said, externally, then encouragement in regards to practice is also very, very important. So this is why when there are loved ones, especially loved ones, when the loved ones surround you, then the encouragement to practice becomes stronger, is mentioned in the text. Yeah, you have enemies, you have maras, things like that in front of you, then the encouragement is not very strong. Whereas when you have loved ones, when you have dharma essences, dharma teachings, when there's what we say reminder of dharma, then that becomes a very strong what we say encouragement. Kyabje Lama Tupten Zohar Rinpoche, always when animals are about to die, when sentient beings are in that state, then always mantra, 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 chanting mantra. Yeah, then introducing to different what we say kus. Ku is like a what we say yeah, the kayas, different kayas, nature, different nature of the kayas. Yeah, so this is very important because it gives such huge encouragement. Yeah, so that is mentioned external behavior within when the process is happening. Then comes the inner attitude. Yeah, inner attitude. I think again going back to the concept of practice. Then compassion without grasping. Yeah, so clear understanding of the clearness, yeah, understanding of the clear and awareness is that the grasping does not exist. The compassion itself is the nature, yeah, the nature of what we say of attainment is through compassion. Yeah, the nature of reality is through what is wisdom, and the nature of attainment is through compassion. So it's the nature itself. So you embrace the nature and you let go of the obscuration, which is the grasping part. So even within when practicing, then like when practicing compassion, then also without grasping. Then second thing is, I think I always like to say you need to build up encourage yourself, your ability, yeah, yeah, ability and limitation. Yeah, so that I think now becomes very useful in this in recognizing the clear light as well, because within the inner attitude, then it described that confidence in the path is such an important. Some utilize faith in order to develop what we say confidence on the path. Some utilize, I think, Rinpoche encourages to utilize faith when it comes to what we say encouragement in what we say in the path. Yeah, confidence in the path. So then if you look from the sutric perspective, then it's logic and reasoning. Whatever you have analytical meditation you have done throughout your life in order to recognize and convince, that one you utilize at that time. Yeah, then within the tantric, anyway, this will become very long, we lot to finish. So anyway, so that is like that. Yeah, and then I think through that nyeje, nyeje kawa. Then through that, I think one of the important aspects of the what we say aspect of understanding where the essential teachings, what do we say, what the essential teachings emphasize. Yeah, so that is important. Then within the teaching, emphasize is that death is not a failure. Yeah, death is not a failure; it's a practice moment, is the nature of samsara, yeah, cyclic existence. Death is engraved in the nature of cyclic existence. Yeah. So it a lot of people when it comes to death then fear because of failure, because of that, because of lack of achievement, lack of attainment, lack of this, that. None of those tend to exist within the concept of emptiness, the view of emptiness, then everything mm, mm, without the what we say kunzup ki nawa, yeah, without the nawa is what without the view of the kunzup what do we say mm, conventional, without the conventional view, then everything inherent of existence, nothing exists on its own side. So death also, on the process of death, it's utilization. Death is just a process that you can utilize. So there's no attachment, there's no detachment. And I like to use the word embracing. We need to learn to embrace death, for it comes as it is, how it is. Now, of course, this one easy said than done, definitely, because, like I said, it depends a lot on the conditioning, external conditioning. You have a harsh death, right? You have pain here, pain there, all kinds of different, what do we say, conditioning at death. Then it becomes hard to truly, uh, what do we say, recognize the inherent existence of all of that. But if you are fortunate enough to have a peaceful, comfortable, passing or comfortable transition, then that transition you need to embrace. Yeah, so that is, I think, clear in the teaching. So that it's not a failure. It's a practice moment, utilization. It's there in order to utilize. It happens in order to utilize. So that is one thing. Then checking it, whether it comes before that. Then one of the essential, extreme essential, what do we say, emphasis during the teaching is that while living, then utilization. This one, every teaching, starting from the Four Noble Truths all the way to what do we say, tantric teachings, all of them emphasizes that. Within Lamrim also emphasized through the concept of what is it, precious human rebirth. The whole idea of precious human rebirth is because of this. Yeah, so again, training during life, yeah, training during life to recognize that one. And then yeah, so that is there. So generally that practice is very close to familiarizing, right? Familiarization. So the more familiar we are with, the less fear there is. Yeah? First time you come to a very chaotic place, you don't know anyone, you don't know where, you don't know how, you don't know how much, then there's fear there, there's anxiety, anxiousness there, right? So a lot of people, when you come to, for example, if you come to from the the Western world is so different from the Eastern world. So if you come from the West to, especially to a place where there's so much chaos going on, like India or Nepal, then first there's fear, but then later you get to know the people, you get to know the place. That then when you come once, twice, three times, then that tends to disappear. Then there's more relaxed, there's more calmness. So even in practice, similar. Yeah. So without familiarity, yeah, this is why Kyabje Lama Thupten Sopa Rinpoche always focus on that practice. Yeah. Also, introduction of the chöp practice comes from this practice as well. So anyway, compiling all of this together, the main thing is understanding, familiarizing with the process of death, with whether it be mentally, whether it be physically, whether it be emotionally, whatever it may be. Familiarization is one way to learn to embrace. So that is there. So within that, then I think why one practices the bardo of dying. And there's three main aspects of the practice of bardo of dying. Then first thing is death. Yeah, within what do you say, within the Lamrim also mentioned, death is certain, yet its time is uncertain. So that is the most certain experience that is going to happen no matter what, yet least prepared for. So generally yeah, we're not prepared for that. We think, normally we think tomorrow, later, yeah, it will happen. Yeah, I can do, I still have time, that kind of concept. But then this is because of the Tangzinggenawa, yeah, view of permanence. Yeah, illusion, view of the illusion of permanence appearing. So then we say, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not after 1 month. Even when you are, you reach your very close, you reach your senior years, very, very senior years, in your 90s, in your hundreds, then yeah, I still have a few days to go. I still have a few months to go. So this is very, very, what do you say, natural, because of Tangzing Ginawa. So, so to reflect on the concept of death being certain, but the time being uncertain. This I think important, one of the reasons why the practice of bardo of death, bardo of dying is important. Yeah. So yeah, so anyway, within that, then every being yeah, has to pass through the process of death. Then most experiences when it comes to death, and then is untrained, then unconscious, then the process also untrained process, then unconscious process. Then within the untrained and unconscious process, then because your mind is not at ease, then all kinds of different, what do you say, flawed mental states start to come up, appear. So the what do we say, so this teaching exists because uh, uh, what do we say, the whole death, yeah, this one, the process of the death, it follows a very natural process, yeah, not chaos. The moment chaos comes in, then it affects the karma. Yeah, so I think very strongly integrated with the concept of karma. Yeah, I always say one small intention also shapes a small bit of the karma that we have. Yeah. So the karma, the intention is always one of the first steps of creation when it comes to cause and condition. Yeah, when it comes to karma, because the continuity has to happen. So the continuity of the concept leads to the continuity of the action, which leads to continuity of more concepts, which leads continuity to more actions. So that one is always passed down. Yeah, so that one is, I think, in regards to what we say practice, then one of the reasons is because we need to break the chain, yeah, the karmic chain, we need to break the samsaric chain, we need to break. So therefore, because death follows the lawful stages of the change, then if you can utilize, then big change is there. If you cannot utilize, then it's continuity of the same experience, no. So yeah, so there's also one importance. Then by studying and practicing in this bardo, mm, mm, because death becomes recognized, yeah, familiar territory, as we say. Yeah, so death becomes familiar territory, what we say, and that familiarity itself is one of the first stages of the practice. So therefore, these three reasons then why practice the bardo of the one of the reasons why practice in the bardo stage. Then second reason, oh, the mind of death is, what do we say, exceptionally uh, powerful, limitless potential. Uh, it's similar to saying we are open to the biggest change when we are at our lowest point. Yeah. So similar to that concept, I think. Yeah. When we reach our lowest point, then we okay. Yeah. If today you are on a table, they have food, 10 different foods on the table. That you have so much choices, but then you want to eat something that is not on the table. Then there is, I need that. I don't want this, so much choices, right? But then after you are starved 10 days, then even one small bread, yeah, pick from the ground, put on the table, then you still eat that. Yeah, and also that joyfully, happily. So, so the nature of the mind also change in that sense. So anyway, because this death is something that we generally fear, something that we generally looking towards, something that disconnects us from our loved ones, disconnects us from our experiences through this body, yeah, with the five senses. It's an amazing gift. But then now death come, then we need to let go of all of that. Is going to be very, very low point. So therefore, then the what we say, the mind is willing to accept anything in order to get itself free, that state. Then sudden, I think similarly, this one, different texts explain in different ways. Some texts explain that you see glimpses of the future, glimpses of where your throwing karma is going to throw you. Then at that time also you need to recognize, because it's not what we say. Um, it's not carved. It's not definitive. Yeah, because the moment you change your mind, then the karma also changes. And generally, when they do more, and then they say the closer to the day, like let's say I say, oh, I'm going to, I don't know, take my exam in a month. Then the closer to the date, the more is done, the better. They say because because conditioning keep changing. Today maybe, oh yeah, exam going good, going to go good. Then after 10 days you check again, oh, not very good, because the conditioning always changing. Yeah. So so anyway, so similar to that, I think, yeah, the similar to that concept. So at that time, then the experience extremely powerful. So limitless potential is there. And also because of the clear light state, then the limitless potential also arises. So these ones keep in mind. Um, so anyway, limitless potential because of the clear light, because the gross thoughts dissolve, and because the subtle thought, what is subtle thought manifest, what do we say, raw, subtle thought starts to manifest. Therefore, yeah, great potential in that sense. Then the subtle mind, what do we say? Like I explained earlier, the subtle mind has the ability of being extremely clear, yeah, potent, yeah, potency, yeah, the concept, what do we say, the ability, and anyway, the nature itself of the mind are very clear. So there's the what do we say, the what do we say, potential, where it is. Yeah. So whatever the mind recognizes or fails to recognize sets the, what is at that moment, then sets the direction for the liberation or the continuity of the samsara. So therefore, uh, the second reason, yeah, that the mind is exceptionally powerful, and therefore you should put your best efforts in utilizing that power. Then the third reason is that is, what do we say, uh, uh, unique doorway to uh, uh, what do we say, unique doorway that is not open always. I'm trying to translate words. I don't know if that makes sense, but like the death, the doorway at the time of the death is a doorway that only opens during death. So it's not always opened. Yeah? So when it's open, then you need to take that opportunity. So I think that is the concept. Yeah. So not available generally in our ordinary worldly life. The unique door to practice, unique door to get in touch with the clear light state, the unique door where the mind is willing to do anything in order to achieve liberation. These ones, I don't, yeah. So these ones explain that these ones are not there in the general life. Generally, I think the older you get, the more powerful the practitioner you become, because now you're getting closer and closer. Yeah, when you're young, then you say you have long time. I have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years to live. Then so many distractions, so many new things to learn, so many new things to explore. So your mind is all over the place. Now, once you reach a certain age, then you become more content. Yeah, now things like, the external things, less, they tend to matter less. Then your mind is more calm, you're more willing to practice. Then at that time, then full experience, yeah, full understanding. So now your mind is very, very good. What do you say, potential is very high when it comes to practice. So anyway, as you get nearer to death, if you can utilize the path wisely, then yes, full, like I said, the unique door opens, and then full utilization of that unique opening of that unique door happens. Um, like I say, during the lifetime, then awareness is generally obscured by the body, by the sense, by the discoveries, by the entertainments, by the distractions, so on and so forth. So this is there. Then at time of death, and then, like I said, because of experience and all of that, one thing. Then I like to utilize the word wisdom. Yeah, not the wisdom as in the wisdom of emptiness, but the wisdom as in wisdom of experience, wisdom of learning, wisdom of contemplating, wisdom of what we say. yeah. Anyway, so through that, then these what we say, these things then dissolve naturally. Yeah. So the obscuration, the body, the senses, this one, of course, that time dissolves naturally. So now you have less to worry about in some sense. Samsaric body, a lot of things to worry about. Yeah. Morning you wake up, you need to worry about your hair, you need to worry about how you look, you need to worry about makeup, you need to worry about brushing your teeth, then you need to worry about emptying your stomach, then you need to worry about what clothes you want to wear. So this is just general. Yeah, this is general. Then after that you need to worry about your neighbor, then you need to worry about different countries, then you need to, yeah, our mind worrying about. so, so at the time of death, when you see the what is it, that the departing part, yeah, then dissolving and departing part, then less to worry about. So your mind can concentrate more clearly in that sense. So utilization of that also. So that is there. Then of course, mm, because of the process of the bardo of dying, then um, mm, what do we say? The natural compilations. What do we say? Completion. Yeah, the completion stage. Yeah, offers such an amazing opportunity because of that. Then this opportunity is open. Uh, doesn't matter whether realization is there or not, and this opportunity open for anyone who can tweak into it. Yeah, so this is sort of like a like we say, one lifetime offer. Yeah, so something like that, I think. Yeah. So anyway, when it comes to death, then we experiencing countless times death again and again when we are in samsara, countless times again and again. But the realization of that experience is not there because the time of the living is very extended. So the limited experience in that. Then the what do we say? Um, what do we say? So this opportunity to practice during that limited. So therefore, there's no second in the scripture is mentioned that there's no second moment like death for uh, uh, for the realization to appear within the mind. And even because this realization is not just for people who have already realized certain things, that is different, but also for people who have no limited realization, limited to no realization at all. So this opportunity explained within the scriptures. Yeah, so that is that. So the goal of the practice of the bardo, yeah, generally unlimited. What we say, unlimited liberation. Yeah, so liberation at the time of death. Then deeper meaning of the whole aspect of the what we say of the practice. Then of course full liberation does not happen in the general obscured mind. So potential of the non-obscured mind, the clear light state, that one. What is a clear light? Death, clear light. Clear light of death, yeah, or death clear light. So that one potential to utilize. Then, if full liberation does not happen, then practice as even if you are practicing, then that also bears a lot of fruits, as we say. Yeah. Then, yeah, if you are able to practice, then even if you are unable to tackle into the clear light and achieve full realization, even if that does not happen, then definitely, if you are able to, what do we say, touch into the practice, then of course. Reduces the panic state, yeah, the panic and the confusion state. So that one definitely more calm, yeah, less panic and less confusion. Then the ability to remain mindful during the whole stage of dissolution. That one also important because this is also a practice. Like I said, if you cannot hold on to the clear light state at the death, then comes the bardo clear light. So that is also there, the opportunity also there. Then of course because of all of that, then your mind is more relaxed and therefore greater freedom, yeah, in creating continuous merit. Yeah, so similar to what I was telling to read the bardo, yeah, sleeping or the dreaming bardo. That time also I told you, yeah, if the mind is structured well, yeah, forget about the recognition, all of this part. This is of course into practice. But even if you cannot recognize dream state and all of that, then even if the intention is pure before dreaming, then my teacher used to say the continuity of the experience, whether you have a bad dream or a good dream, doesn't matter. The continuity of the experience of accumulation when it comes to what do we say, karmic accumulation, that one keeps on happening. So therefore, what do we say? Hook into that ability also a great state of liberation, even if not full liberation. Yeah. So that one you can utilize during the parto parto again. So yeah. So that is there. So um, uh, what do we say? So basically something like that. And then um, yeah. So the foundation, I think, mainly recognizing how to practice before death. Yeah, uh, what we call familiarization. Yeah, familiarization. That one. Uh, uh, over the was a familiarization over the process of death, over the experience of death, and over the philosophy of death. That one important. And then stabilize the recognition of awareness. Yeah, Shinyan, Laotong, Shamatha, Vipassana. These ones practice in order to stabilize the recognition of awareness. So this one also very, very, very important through. I think through all stages, yeah, whether it be the what we say vipassana shamatha stage combination, yeah, unity of vipassana and shamatha, then also through the mahamudra practice as well as the zopachimbo practice, all through utilization that means of awareness. So of course during when you are alive, then you need to utilize this moment to tackle, yeah. And then also because like I said, there's so much distraction and so much what we say going on, that if you can concentrate when there's so much going on, then this is actually very pure practice, I think. Yeah. If I give you good house with all the facilities in the mountains where there's no distractions, then you practice. This is the first stage of practice. Yeah, there you are, what is a familiarized sort of thing. But then practice utilization is not there. Practice utilization, you need to, yeah, anger, for example. If you have only loving people around you, then anger to practice to subdue anger is very easy. If you only have kind people around you, then anger doesn't arise. Then you feel, ah, I'm a very loving person. But then moment someone comes in front of you, then you don't know how to react. The mind goes all over the place. Then the anger starts to burst out. So similarly, even even during the living stage, then yeah, one part of it is going out. I think one of the first stages is going out, where comfortable, luxury, yeah, where the mind is calm, where there's no distractions, no that, no emotions. Then you concentrate. You feel comfortable, good chair, good food. Then okay, concentrate easy. Then next stage is to be out there where all the chaos is actually happening, and then try the same thing and see whether that is working or not. So that one, I think, so this is why the bardo of living is so amazing, because it gives you that opportunity, because so much chaos. Then it gives you that opportunity to truly utilize the practice itself. So anyway, that is there. So what else? Mm, so I think something like that. Yeah, we cover the pardo of what do you say? Pardo of death or pardo of dying, I think. Yeah. Uh, what time? Yeah, 8:32. So yeah. So mm, so now through that practice, then now we I think approach the final two pardos. Yeah. Uh, uh, Chingi pardo. Chenyi Bardo, what is a Bardo of Dharmata. So after death, then comes the Bardo stage, Dharmata Bardo. So I think what do we say, after the dissolution of the physical body, Bardo of dying, and the what we say, drowning of the clear light stage, then the clear light come, whether recognized or not recognized, that one based on practice. Then after that, then the consciousness does not immediately take rebirth. Yeah, it's not like because the pardo of Dhammadata itself has the pardo body as a different body, essence body. So I think people like to use the essence body. So anyway, it takes on essence body. So so immediately rebirth does not happen. So instead of immediate rebirth, then it passes through the what we say the two profound intermediate states. And there's two profound intermediate states. So after the body, after the death bhardo, then the dissolution and all of the body, then the mind leaves the body. Then the body decay, if you cremate, then it burn, turns to ashes. Then that ash, this continuity of that, the ash turns into soil, the soil turns into nutrients for the trees or whatever. Then the tree produces fruits, then we eat the fruits, so on. And then the fruit again nutrient our own body. So anyway, this is a whole different process of the body. But then the mind, so the pardo, then the mind, then the context of the mind is does not take rebirth immediately, then it goes into the pardo of the dhammata, was it dharmata. Mm. Dhammata, the what we say, the pardo of dhammata, the what we say, revealing of the what we say, ultimate reality. Yeah, so I think if you want to practice the view of emptiness without realization in the pardo of living, then this state becomes such an amazing state of practice for the view of emptiness, because now you have clarity. Yeah, you have no eye consciousness, you have no eye organ, you have no eye consciousness, no nose organ, no nose consciousness, no hearing organ, no hearing consciousness, all of this. Then sense also disappear. Now you're left with only your mind and your thoughts. Temba is like a remembrance, a part of the mind that has the ability to remember. So temba, 제시 똑순 똑바 is cognizing after cognizing. So cognizing the cognized. So that is one part of the mind that exists. Then anyway, the general state of the mind. Yeah. So general state of the mind tries to look. Yeah. When you close your eyes and try to visualize, what do you see? You see blackness, nothing. Yeah. Then the only thing that you're able to see, able to create, I mean, able to sort of like what we say, see, is the creation of your own intellectual aspect. So visualization is something like that. No, we close our mind and then we say, okay, Chenrezig, thousand arm Chenrezig, yeah. Then the what is it? The four layers of the upper stages. Then the arms. Then the what is the texture of the arms, and then what the arms are holding. Then the color, green color. It's not that we see green. We cannot see that. Yeah, this is all mental imputation happening there. So in that state, imagine now, but here there's a distraction because now your eyes are moving, your ear senses are moving, so you can hear things. But at that stage, in the Bharata stage, then that all gone. None of those distractions exist anymore. So it's completely different state. So anyway, realization of intrinsic nature, the dependent origination, that oh yeah, my fear, my anger, and my that and my this is dependent very on the external condition. This I think comes very clearly if you're able to what we say, to connect on into it, then you can the view of emptiness then very clearly. So anyway, so anyway, so that is that the part of dhammata. Then the part of becoming, what is then come after the part, then the part of becoming, then moving towards the rebirth stage. And that one huge play of karmic is like a karmic game that you need to play. Yeah, we have so many different karma at that stage, where you have the ripening karma, you have the throwing karma, you have the different stages of the different karmas. These are all coming together, working. Yeah, so this is if you are a good what we say karmic player, then I think you can utilize that at that point as well. We'll go deeper. So anyway, these pardos reveal the full power of the mind itself, right? So like I said, it's what do we say, luminosity, yeah, then it's a creative display, the ability to what, visualize, to initiate, to create. So that one, uh, because you have so much freedom in regards to expansion of the mind, so that is there. Then of course, in regards to that also, the karmic, what we say, karmic flow, yeah, the karmic flow that we normally don't have power over. Yeah, you have the body, then it seems like anger is coming very naturally, sadness coming very naturally, anxiety, then is a try not to have anxiety. How can I try not to have anxiety? Anxiety is coming naturally. Yeah, we feel like that. Yeah. So these are all gone because the dependency on the body and the dependency on the senses, yeah, these are all gone. So the dependency on these feelings being so uncontrollable, so these are all gone, yeah, at that stage. Only thing you can depend on is the mind. Only thing within the mind you can depend on is the toxin toba. Toxin toba is, like I said, cognizing the cognized, or what we call sort of like memory sort of thing. Yeah, memory is maybe not I don't know. So anyway, so something like that. Yeah. So your ability to cognize, recognize, yeah, cognize, the cognization part is there. In memory now still debatable whether cognization part is there or it's just bringing up all what do we say, all cognization. So that is a little bit different, but anyway, so you're only working with these things, yeah, so more clear, I think, when it comes to that. So that one say chungi bardo, yeah, bardo of dhamata, uh, uh, true nature of phenomena, yeah, chungi bardo, chungi is true nature of phenomena. So this is the closest we get to our mind understanding the true nature of phenomena, because at that point, yeah, similar to what the Heart Sutra says, no eye, no nose, no mouth, no that, no this. Yeah, well, form is empty, emptiness is form, form is none other than emptiness, emptiness is none other than form. Exactly that. Yeah, yeah. So the whole aspect, I think, Heart Sutra aspect of explaining phenomena is very clearly. You can, if you memorize the Heart Sutra and you sit in the Dhammadada Pardo and meditate, you recall the Heart Sutra word by word. I think you start to realize, yes, yes, yes. Something like that, I think. So anyway, so that is there. So the recognition of reality as it is quite clear there, I think. Yeah, empty of what we say conventional obscuration. Yeah, what we say, empty of conventional truth. Then awareness of ultimate truth. Yeah, that everything does not exist by itself. Yeah, the concept of merely labeling also comes. The concept of everything exists from the mind, from the Simzamba Tawa, the what is the mind only school, then everything created by the mind, that also comes. Then Rangyuba, Thangyuba, nothing exists by itself. Yeah, the four concepts of Dale, Shele, Meme, yeah, not born from self, not born from others, not born from both neither self nor others, and not what we say, 그래서 깨어남의 therefore, the what we say, the kyawa itself, the non-existence of that. So that whole concept, I think, very clearly, imagine, just imagine, yeah, no body, you already pass away or dead, so no body. So without the body, then all the senses also gone. Yeah, without the senses, all gone. Then just the mind is there. The mind is, yeah, when you close your eyes and you sit like this, then sometimes we can recognize states of the mind. Yeah, and these states of the mind, whether it is what we say remembering, or whether it's visualizing, this is the states of the mind that only exist at that time. Yeah, so something like that, I think. Yeah, no experience. Yeah, but something like that. Uh, so yeah, so anyway, that is there. Then within the Padutodru, then it's explained after the clear light of death, if it is not recognized, then the same nature appears as vision. Yeah, so the same nature of what we are experiencing, yeah, loved ones, attachment, delusion, hatred, maybe even in the Bardo state, after your death, you're still hating your enemy. Yeah, the images of your enemy come up, then the hate still comes up, things like that. So anyway, based on that practice, this is, I think, more what do we say, sort of like defined. So so within the Pado total, then explained, it is if it is not recognized, then the same nature reappearing, yeah, as visions, as memory, as all of these kind of things. uh, so the core experience when it comes to this Bardo, uh, Dharmada Bardo, or the Bardo of what we call true nature or phenomena, yeah, Dharmada Chunyi means like, yeah. Anyway, so the core experience, the mind, like I said, no physical body, then perception, immediate, clear, vivid, and very precise and total. Yeah, so that sort of thing. Then reality, then appear, I think, I don't know how to explain, uh, within the text, pure light, yeah, pure light, sound, and form, it says. But this one, like I said, there's no ear consciousness, there's no eye consciousness, yeah. Then there's no tactile consciousness. So a little bit hard to understand exactly. So I don't know exactly what it's talking about. But I think, yeah, something within that. Then I think it's something completely different. Pure light, completely different from light. Then pure sound, also completely different from sound, and pure form has to be different from form. So explain like that. So in what is it described that the natural radiance of awareness manifests as what we say, um, mm, how is a peaceful and wrathful, what do we say, lights and sounds and images like deities and stuff like that. Uh, this is a little bit hard to what do we say, for my mind to capture. Uh, but anyway, this is how the text explains. I think the yeah, within the text explain like that. So this is the experience, core experience. Then these appearances are not what we say. Uh, we explain that it's not what do we say, external. Tha is like gods. Yeah, so these experience are not external gods. Yeah, uh, uh, so generally, what we say, explained as what do you say, spontaneous display of our own um, clear light state, no, Rigpa, yeah, clear light stage. So this is what generally, yeah, all of this, like I said, the what do we say, the pure part of it, the pure light, the pure sound, and the pure form. This is all simultaneous. What was it? Not simultaneous. Karsa, spontaneous display of the our own Rigpa, or our own state of clear light. I think this very strongly relates to the concept of Dharmakaya as well. When you study the four kayas, then within the four kayas, explanation of Dharmakaya is very similar to this. Also, nature of what is it? Pure, yeah, nature of pure light, pure sound, and pure form. So anyway, something like that. Then these form, then they appear first, then gentle, then majestic, luminous, then all of the amazing qualities within those. Then uh, uh, from that, then radiation of color, yeah, pure colors. Now this one I think different from color. Color and pure color, we need to somehow define differences. This one I'm not exactly sure how to define different differences, but yeah, they, that radiant, yeah, then slowly pure color, yeah, radiant of the pure what not pure color light. So then what do we say, within, if you are a practitioner, then you can associate this with the what do we say, five Buddha families. Yeah, so the practice of the five Buddha family, when it comes to that, that is there. Then representation, I think generally we go through every morning when we go through our morning prayer, even in the tantric aspirational prayer, or even when we take the this one, then what we say, generally we compile wisdom, yeah, compassion, clarity, and non-dual awareness. So this is in the form of the practice itself. So this is, if you are able to in tune, then yes. Then um, so recognizing them as the radiance of your own conscious awareness. Yeah, conscious, not just conscious awareness, but clear conscious awareness. Yeah, so there again, if recognized, this is the practice within it. If you are able to recognize that clear and aware conscious, then again explain there's immediate liberation. Yeah, so this one goes very strongly into tantra. Um, Dzogchen, Dzogpa Chimpo, and tantric practice. Within the Vajrayana script, then I think mostly concentrate on this aspect through the tantric and the Vajrayana practice, was a Dzogpa Chimpo practice. But then within the Sudrik aspect, then I think a little bit different from that. Yeah. So anyway, this information in regards to recognizing. Yeah. Mm. Then career. Then you make it say. Mm. Mm. Ah. Now uh, uh, I'm losing my points. Mm. So, uh, 1 second. 저기 또 무슨 뭐 어디 거기 무슨 so yeah, then yeah, tadaduba. So then comes the, what we say, why we fail to recognize at this point of the bardo, the Dhammadata bardo. Then what we say, one of the main reasons why we fail is habitual clinging to the self. So it's to do with the self-grasping attitude, which has been built habitually throughout our what we say, our kewa pardo. So during our kewa pardo, nigi pardo, yeah, then chive pardo, if you don't practice the habituality in letting go of the grasping side of the eye, is not letting go of the eye, yeah, completely different. Grasping is the action towards the eye. So understanding that the grasping is not the eye. The eye is completely separate from the grasping, and the grasping is the diluted point of the eye, or diluted point towards the eye. Then through that, then negating the clingingness, or the what is grasping attitude towards the I, then recognizing the I for what it truly is, that it's not the state of grasping. Yes, it is dependent. It is dependent on the body, it is dependent on the sense, it is dependent on the awareness, it's dependent on the clear light, it's dependent on the Buddha nature. Yes, dependent. Therefore, it arises through that dependence. But then also recognizing that it's not whatever is dependence on the I is not the I. Yeah, dependent on anger, dependent on survival, dependent on fear, all of it dependent there. But then this is not the I. The I is dependent on it. So once you are able to disconnect the connection between the I and the grasping part, then realizing the true nature of the I becomes very, very, what do we say, clear. Yeah. So then, so main reason is habituality. Yeah, habituality, whether it be through practice, whether it be through behavior, whether it be through intention, whether whatever it may be, then habituality for the clingingness through, what do we say, through that, then needing to let go of that. So main reason failure is because of the habituation. Yeah. then then second one, I think, fear of what we call intensity. Yeah, fear of intensity in regards to recognition. uh, because when recognize, we start to see images. Our mind starts to develop certain things. Then again, disconnection is very, very, this one I think we can experience in our daily life when you have when you have a partner, or when you have someone, your father, mother. Then when you need to disconnect, then there is, what do we say, uneasiness. Yeah, there's uneasiness, there's fear, sadness, all of these emotions coming together. So same thing, clingingness, sort of reserves these emotions because there's always the recognition. Yeah. But then when the recognition is gone, then all of these tend to disappear. So again, the what do we say, intensity of the emotions, especially fear, then becomes very strong. So again, too strong of that, the intensity of the fear becomes too strong, then failure to recognize. Then, what do we say, then comes karma. Yeah, the karma, cause and conditioning. So when you are cause, habitual, I think similar to habituality. Yeah, karma and habituality, I like to put it in the same category, because habituality is what builds, the connection between one state to another, and this is basically what karma is. So again, we say dim light and dim, dull dull and dim lights. Yeah. So when it comes to that, then dullness, procrastination, laziness, no aspiration, no intention, no goals, no aims. So these things, again, because your mind is completely empty, then it doesn't know where to focus, where to concentrate on, what to think, what to, so you go into that state of, I think it's like being on uh, drugs. Yeah, when you're in drugs, then you're just like, oh, something, sort of like, I don't know, like on the cloud. Yeah, you don't know where you're walking, you don't know how you are managing it. This all awareness completely gone, just dullness there. So that full dullness tends to take place, because there's nothing to wake you up. In the It's like sleeping, I think. Yeah, when you're sleeping, then when your alarm go tit, 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 there's something to wake you up, right, from that that unconscious state. But here there's nothing to wake you up, and the full unconscious sort of thing, I think, because like I said, there's no reliance, dependence on the body. Even the alarm clock dependence on the body, the ear. Yeah, when you don't have an ear, then you cannot hear the alarm clock waking you up. So similar to that also. So dependent, because the dependence on the body not there, so the dullness becomes very strong. Yeah, it's karmically there. The karmically imprinted dullness becomes very strong. uh, so that also very closely related to the lack of training during life. So that combination of the attraction towards the dullness and the lack of training, that also becomes the main reason why failure is there. And then why, so through these reasons, then why Zopa Chimpo and Mahamudra practice in emphasizing what is it, familiarity, uh, with the state of Rigpa. And the state of Rigpa, familiarizing with the state of Rigpa, is not just at the state of, at certain stages, but at all stages, and not just all stages, but right now. Yeah, this one, Lama Zopa emphasizes a lot, because you know urgency is there. Yeah, the faster the better. Urgency is there. Important now. Yeah, so Lama Zopa always say, practice now. Don't wait. Do it now. Yeah? Practice now. Achieve enlightenment now. So uh, that concept of practice. Yeah. And I think the urgency for us, the urgency sometime appear, sometime don't appear. Sometime when you're contemplating, maybe sounds reasonable. Sometime here, sometime there, sometime here. So the urgency in our stage, the urgency. Well, my stage, the urgency is like flickering around. But when you see Kyabje Lama Thudun Sofa Rinpoche, then you see every moment the urgency is there, the urgency is there, urgency is there. So I think this practice is because of the practice of what we say, death, over and over and over again. So the urgency, you start to realize the urgency very, very strongly. So again, this is there. Um, so yeah, anyway, through that, then the urgency becomes important. Yeah. So reality is always the reality is always clear. The reality is always, yeah, ultimate reality is always there, never changing. It's permanent. Ultimate reality is permanent. Yeah. We can tap into it whenever we want to. But whether we can or not, there's a different thing. Yeah, this is why practice is necessary. Yeah? Whether we can or not is other thing. Yeah? So, but the reality is there. Yeah, so exactly same thing. Rigpa is always present. Yeah, within the Dzogchen they say Rigpa, the true nature of the Dhammakaya, the true nature of the embodiment of the what do you say, of the mind, always there. So whether you can tag into it, not that one specifically based on the practice, based on the mindset, based on the concept, based on the view, based on the application. Yeah, so that is there. So reality is always, yeah, always what we say, one touch away, or what we say, one step away, sort of thing. So always there. Yeah. So through that, then without recognizing, then what we say, the wisdom appears more shabby, sort of thing, unclear. Yeah, the wisdom is there, but the unclarity of the wisdom, and then because of the unclarity, then application becomes a problem. This is why what do we say, Padothodol, within Padothodol, what is it, Padothodol itself is bardo. Yeah, bardo is Töba is hearing, and Tolba is liberation. So known as the liberation through hearing. Yeah, liberation through hearing of the what we say, of the Pardola Kharsa, um, liberation through hearing in the intermediate state. Yeah, so Partha. So this is the reason why it's called Partha. So even even hearing instructions. Yeah. Now what I'm giving is not instructions. What I'm giving is just information. But if you take lineage, what do we say, lineage practices, if you take what we call uh, initiations, if you take these things, then these ones are very what is it? This one becomes the liberation through hearing. Yeah. So even hearing these instructions, which I always say, even hearing one word of a mantra can leave such a huge impact. Yeah, so this one is plantation of recognition. Yeah, seeds, planting the seeds of recognition. So so after going through this, then if inspiration and aspiration become clear, then maybe you can request lineage masters to teach you or to present to you the Partha itself, and just hearing itself has such an amazing impact in regards to laying down the seeds. And Rinpoche always teaching about death, and this is, I think, for us all, this is what we say, uh, total, yeah, liberation through hearing. So uh, so that is that. So uh, then comes the Kejik Pardo, yeah, the Pardo of becoming. Yeah, we still have time. Yeah, we still have time. A little bit of time left. So I finish my Kejik Pardo a little bit fast because need to finish all. Otherwise, it becomes information that is a little bit not what do you say? Not not finished. So anyway, so I try to go Kejik Parto. Kejik Parto, I think we can just a little bit. Yeah. So what do you say? The Parto of Kejik is momentary. So the Parto of becoming is very momentary. Yeah. So transition into the Parto of becoming. Uh, if that dharmata is not recognized now, just like the different stages, if one is not recognized, then other is not the other is not recognized, then the other. So practice opportunity is always there. This represents within six parto, one of the representations of the teaching. The main conclusion, one of the main conclusion of the teaching is also that not to lose hope, that the practice is always, if not here, then there, if not there, then there, if not there, then there. This is always there. Yeah, as long as the mind is there, then the practice is there. It represents that. As long as the clear nature state of the mind, which is permanent, yeah, the clear nature is the definition. So the definition is permanent, always going to be there, never going to change. So because that definition is very clear, so the clear state of the light of the mind always there. uh, Whether it's appearing to our mind or not, that is momentary, or whether we are realizing or not, that is momentary. But other than that, the nature exists always there. So, because that nature exists always there, and the connection between the mind and that nature is always there, therefore, practice also always available. Yeah. So, one of the main things to understand through all of this. So, anyway, if again, if not recognized in the stages of Dhammadhata, yeah, Dharma Bardo of what we say, Bardo of Bardo, yeah, then if not recognized, then awareness becomes more dualistic, yeah, then vision shifts from wisdom display to karmic hallucination. Yeah, and then another thing is I think the what is it, subtle mental body, sort of we call, yeah, uh, some call it the what do we say, essence body, or whatever you want to call. So that one arises. Then through that, then perception, then movement, then desire, then fear. Yeah, this is the then there. This one are the sort of like the signs, the characters in recognizing. What we say, the rebirth momentum. Yeah, from there, then the rebirth starts to happen. So the arising of the rebirth, yeah, the throwing karma and the different karmas, these all come all together. Like I said, it gets very confusing when it comes to the. So if you are good at understanding karma and managing and utilizing, yeah. Like I said, the play doh in your hand, if you are good in shaping the play doh in your hand, then the karmic hallucination disappears, then clarity starts to arise. So anyway, generally this is what happens. Yeah, the first stage, more dualistic views, then the karmic hallucination, then the what we say, subtle mental body, yeah, arising, then slowly, then perception, then move, or what do we say, movement, then desire, then fear. So slowly like that. So then through that, then the characters of the what we say, the mental body, then uh, in the I think in the pardo of the what we say, kejik pardo, yeah, the momentary pardo, then experience first thing is instant movement through what we say. I don't know how to emphasize this, because when we talk about movement, we are talking about movement on the physical sense. I think this is more to do with the mental sense. So I think instant movement, strong, like shaking sort of thing, a mentally shake sort of thing. Then through that shaking, then the emotions start to appear. The fear, the that, the this. It's like when you're sleeping. Yeah, soundly sleeping. Then your friend comes and wakes you up like this. It's not a gentle, hey, good morning, wake up. It's not like this. It's like someone grabs you and then shakes you up like this, waking up. So I think something like that. Then fear, anxiety, all of this suddenly, pop, coming up. What is happening? Yeah. So something similar to that. Yeah. I think in our, I always like to join to our experience so that we know what we are, so the awareness is a little bit there. So the heightenedness of that experience, yeah, then emotions. Yeah. Then through that emotions, then strong, what do we say, attraction and aversion. Then comes what you like and what you dislike. So then you look at your friend's face and he's laughing, then anger, what. I don't like you, sort of. That's I think similar to that. When the mental state also, the clarity, when the clarity gone, then the emotions are up, then the emotions are sort of like bouncing around, trying to hold on to any kind of what we say, any kind of thought, 多生多法, any kind of, yeah, after a long time of rest, then it's like mind waking up and trying to uh, grasp at anything it can find. When the practice is not there, then it's like that, trying to grasp at anything it can find. So that one, yeah, that one to do with what we say attraction and aversion. So then then comes I think within practice, then yeah, we lose our practice in regards to, especially in regards to refuge. Yeah, we forget that samsara. We forget the this is the whole concept of the Four Noble Truths. We forget these things. We sort of like lose in touch of these things. So everything, gone. Yeah, this ground of refuge starts to disappear. So that is there. And then through that, I think the whole concept of this different stages is, it shows that driving then is driven. We are driven helplessly by karma. Yeah. Then we have no emotional ability to control, to perceive, to internalize, to speculate, to to contemplate. So on all of this, because all of this not there, so therefore the helplessness you feel. And then yeah, what we say, when you have a feather in the wind, then the feather has no choice where it's going to move. Wherever the wind pushing it, then it has to go with the wind. Yeah, so that's, I think, yeah, karmic wind, we say. The karmic wind then drifts you towards the plantation of wherever our karmic imprints are more strong. Yeah, so that happens. Then I think when it comes to the aspect of karma, then within the aspect of karma, many things. But today, keep it light. So I think one of more important aspect is uh, that we are drawn to specific realms. Yeah. So the throwing karma based on the seed, based on the implantation, and based on our experience or whatever it is, then we are drawn to things. Yeah. Like if you have been eating sweets your whole life, then you're drawn to sweets. Yeah, after every meal you need, and what you call dessert. We in our culture we don't have the concept of dessert. So then other places have concept of dessert. So after every meal or dessert. After every meal, oh, now we need to go and have ice cream. We need to go have something sweet. So something like that. I think with the experience, with the whole accumulation, then the what we say, drawn to specific realms. Yeah, so there I think this is where the different realms are part of different experiences. So based on the experience, karmic imputation of the karmic experience, then drawn to different. So um that is there. Then within that, I think if it's a human, then whether it's a human, animal, whatever it is, I think only certain like hell realm and hungry ghost realm, this is a little bit different. But other than that, most realms, then when it comes to perceiving, yeah, perceiving is like feeling, sort of like not perceiving by the eye, but the feeling is that you are in a home, you are in between, like sort of like what we say, in between uh, what do we say, creation sort of thing. Yeah. Then environmental experience are different also. So that one arises. Yeah. Then desire towards one's then the desire towards what we call one's uh, in the scripture is mentioned parents, but I'm because now we are looking only on the human aspect. If you're looking on the vast aspect, then I don't think it's parents. I think it's uh, more towards, I think, the energy of what we say, of the mindset of survival. I think it's more to do with that, more closely to the energy of survival. But then within the text it says parents. So desire towards that desire towards survival, then aversion towards the non-survival aspect. Yeah. So fear of. So even I think within these animals, I think you can see very clearly. Some animals, the moment they are born, they have their, what do we say, naturally they have the survival instinct. Deers, without teaching them, the moment they are born, if the mother runs, then the deer, stays flat like this, sort of like place invisible, dead, something like that. And then some animals, they actually, some snakes, even small, after they come out of the egg, when you touch them with your hand, then they play dead, like with their tongues out, they play dead. So this is sort of like natural instinct sort of thing. So I think this kind of gives the picture of what the text is explaining when it comes to aversion towards towards what we say death, or aversion towards inability to survive. Yeah, so that is there. So so this, I think, this is comes in the moment entry into the what we say uh, put a birth creation, yeah, birth aspect, the seed of the birth. So within human, then I think is when the kuda, yeah, kuda is when the semen then enter the egg. Yeah, so at that final, what we say, at that precise moment, then I think this towards what is it, desire and aversion towards survival and this. Yeah, so within the text is described as desire is parent, then aversion is other than the parent. So small kids, they cling to their parent. Then when someone else tries to pick them up, they want their parent. They don't want, no matter what, the good person, bad person, kind person, funny person, doesn't matter. Wanting the parent is always there. So within the text explained like that. But I think we look from the wider aspect, then I think it's more to do with survival. So anyway, that is there. Then yeah, so all of this, yeah, this seems like it's very throwing around the karma, the throwing karma, and all of the hallucination. This is all over the place at this point. But then within the text, it's explained that liberation is still possible here. Yeah, so it's not that liberation is not possible here. Liberation is still possible here, although it's much more difficult than other pathos. Then liberation still possible. The how to make the liberation possible then is if one recognizes all appearance as mind at that state. I think a little bit hard, because at that stage then your mind is like sort of like, what do you say, what do you call that, reset sort of thing. Yeah, it's sort of like a reset button sort of thing happens, I think. Yeah, as we went through this, I think you sort of got the idea that the reset button has been pushed. A little bit hard, but then still, if one is clear in recognizing all appearances as mind, then yes, liberation possible. Then the other is if one rests in awareness rather than desire and fear. So these come, desire, fear, these come up. Yeah, attachment, aversion, these come up. But then if one is aware, uh, what do we say, to aware, the awareness is ability to rest and not be not go into these different destructive emotions, then yes, liberation is possible there as well. Then the third one, I think the most impossible one, is your guru. Because of the guru devotion and the connection, then your last chance before actually taking, coming into form, being born. Yeah, so your last, because of that connection between the guru, you can call the guru at that time. So that one is your, like, what do you call that? Emergency call line. Yeah, when you are in problem, then you have emergency call line. You have one call you can make. So I think something similar to that. So and this one practice by Milarepa, many, I think also, maybe if you heard the text calling the guru from afar. Yeah, so this practice, calling a guru from the afar, this practice can be utilized fully at this bardo. So anyway, so this is mentioned within the text, that you are able, because of your devotion towards it, the connection, devotion, karmic connection, seed or karmic seed of devotion arises. So therefore, because it's being planted, so the plantation, the if you are able to connect the right circumstances, then that can grow at this point. So anyway, your ability to do that is also that, and that also can lead to liberation. Yeah. So that is that. Then after that. After that, then what do we say? Kijik Parto finish. Then the whole Kyawa Parto start again. Yeah, so we first went through the Kyawa Parto. So now from there, then the Kyawa Parto again start the Kyawa Parto. So I think mainly how we have to see things is how habitual patterns become sort of like karmic implementations, the karmic imprints that can grow into different branches of practices. And here we already see, just by looking at the liberation point, then you start to see, yes, based on our practice, then if you strong guru devotion, then we have this. If you have strong aversion, then we have this. If you have strong recognition and awareness, then you have this. So based on the different practices, then you can tag into liberation from different means as well. Then uh, what the way then the practice, I think, throughout all of this, then the six paramita practice utilized in full potential. Yeah, your full potential is awakened through the practice of the six paramitas. Whether it be achieving, whether it be liberation, whether it be attaining, whether it be simply just being aware and being at peace, all of this comes through the practice of the six paramitas. So there again, importance. Yeah, so I think I'll stop here. We're getting very, very, very late, I think. Yeah. Uh, so America, everything on time. uh, uh, so anyway, so our course, something like that. Then I think now that you have sort of like a rough idea, my sharing, whatever I know, I share. So maybe you have a rough idea and maybe a rough sort of like, I know my description not clear and all over the place, but still maybe just sort of like an outline idea on how practice and that and this. So so this is this one. Once you have this, then you utilize. Then, like I said, now in this, then lot of many aspects of practice is pinpointed in this in regards to the six partos, and where to, how to, why, when, how, all of this is mentioned. So this is now mentioned, and now is a utilization, right? So utilization of this, I think, extremely important. Um, Within the teachings itself, always there is teaching for all kinds of different goals and all kinds of different aspirations. So within the six pardo also, these different aspirations, different goals have different means and methods, that also explained. But the important point is that liberation possible anywhere, just you need to work with the mind. Yeah, the mind is the potential. Awakening the mind is the potential. Yeah, realizing the full nature of the mind is the potential. Then utilizing that realization of that, then being able to hold on to whenever the true nature of the mind arises, then being able to hold on to it. Yeah, Rigpa Sopa Chimbo. Yeah, so the great attainment comes from your ability to recognize and hold on to the, what do we say, catch the mind when it appears. So every part of practice based on that, I think. So then, of course, within our life, then recognition of death, recognition of impermanence, recognition of the noble truths, recognition of samsara, and developing one's recognition of samsara, developing renunciation, then one's recognizing what we say, our own deluded mind, and recognizing the grasping attitude, then comes the practice of compassion. Then through that practice of compassion, then that compassion you need to be able to utilize. Yeah, then the utilization is through the practice of the wisdom, what do we say, the view of emptiness. So through those true things. Yeah, even in the Mahamudra practice, Sopochampa practice, and even in the mm, liberation in the Bardo also happened through that practice. So these are pillars of the practice. So anyway, here and there, I hope everyone enjoyed our this month, last month session. Then again, Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you so much. Then, uh, yeah, stay. Like I said, joy is one of the main, what do we say, most important aspects of practice is joy. So, uh, keep on joyfully practicing. If there's no joy, then take a break from your practice. I think okay, but then the practice has to come out of joy. Yeah, has to come, cannot come out of aversion. Has to come out from you know embracing. So same thing with the death also. Death practice comes also through the embracing of death. So anyway, then this is my request. Then I wanted to do question answer that this, if possible, then maybe if we have time and you have time and the center have time and can arrange, maybe next week we can do short question answer in regards to whatever we went. But that one we have talked with the Venerable. So let's see. So other than that, thank you so much. Then I dedicate to all of you from Bodh Gaya here. I send a lot of love, yeah, a lot of prayer, a lot of dedication, a lot of merit. uh, uh, okay, thank you.